welcome to another edition of Thursday Thoughts with Pastor Pat. This is Pastor Pat, the pastor of St. John's United Church of Christ in Weldon Spring, Missouri. This is my little weekly video blog on what I'm thinking on Thursday as we're approaching Sunday morning worship. This coming Sunday is March 9th. It is the first Sunday in Lent, and we're kicking off our Lenten journey. And I want to thank everybody who came to last night's Ash Wednesday service. And I hope I see you this coming Sunday to begin our Lenten journey, kind of officially on our first Sunday of Lent. We will have a special anthem this coming Sunday, as well as the vocal choir will be joined by the bell choir in our anthem. So we look forward to that. And our scripture passage for the first Sunday of Lent is pretty much the same story we get every first Sunday of Lent. It is the 4th chapter of Luke, verses 1 through 13. This is Luke's account of Christ's temptation in the wilderness. Now, a lot of people are fascinated by this story. It always seems like Satan, who's not in the Bible as much as you might think, but whenever Satan pops up, it seems to grab people's attention. Like there's been a lot, this past Sunday night was the Oscars. And this coming Sunday, it is what's sometimes called Satan Sunday, as we read about Satan. And it makes me think of all the depictions of Satan over the years in movies. And some big-time actors have played Satan in movies before. Jack Nicholson played Satan in The Witches of Eastwick with Cher and Michelle Pfeiffer and Susan Sarandon. Al Pacino played Satan in The Devil's Advocate with Keanu Reeves. And then Robert De Niro played Satan in a movie called Angel Heart, which came back in early 80s or something like that, with Mickey Rourke, I believe, was in that movie. So lots of big name people have played Satan. Something's very alluring about Satan, but there's something very alluring also just about temptations. And so I was interested this week in what are the most common temptations in America, let's just say. And there actually was a Barna survey done about the most common temptations. And I wanted to give you the top 5 that they found. 41% of people identified that laziness was a large temptation in their life. The temptation to just be lazy, to blow off work, to not work that hard, whether it be schoolwork or work or housework or whatever it may be. But laziness. Sloth, I think you might call it as well, too. Number 4, this is a good one. Overuse of technology and social media. 44% of people claimed that was a big temptation. And all that comes with the internet and all the issues that can be found on the internet, that can be a big temptation. 55% of people identified that, this is number 3, 55% of people identified that eating too much was a big temptation, which also means 45% are lying, because I don't know of anybody who's not tempted to eat more, at least, but eating too much, big temptation. Then number 2, with 60% of people saying that procrastination was a big temptation, putting off until tomorrow what probably should be done today. I guess this is just slightly different than laziness, but procrastination, laziness, I guess, is just not doing it all. Procrastination is putting it off until later. But the number one, and this is something I can really identify with, the number one temptation, 60%, it tied, but Barna ranked it number 1, is the temptation to be anxious or to worry. 60% of people identified that as a temptation. The temptation to worry or temptation to be anxious. I get it. I definitely get it. So for me, all of these have been tempting over one time or another. But if I had to pick one right now, anxiety and worry, I'm kind of dealing with and have gotten better at dealing with that temptation. So right now, the number one temptation for me is eating too much. That's a big one. And it's really easy for me to give in to eating too much. So that's my big temptation that I tend to fall into. I should be praying to God more often to help me fight those temptations, and I will try to do my best to do that. So comment below, what of those 5, laziness, overuse of technology and social media, eating too much, procrastination, anxiety, or worry, which of those 5 is something that you find yourself, that's your biggest temptation? Or maybe it's a temptation that's not listed in those top 5. But comment below with that. Make sure you like the video, share it as well too if you can. And I'll look forward to seeing you on Sunday morning, 10 a.m. for in-person worship. You can also worship with us right here on Facebook Live, same time, 10 a.m. But take care. Hope to see you soon, and God bless. Bye-bye.